Okay, next let's move on to our audience visitors time. Hopefully if you come in the door you have an opportunity to get an agenda. On the back of that is our policy where we allow 30 minutes for this, up to 10 people, up to 5 minutes. So if you would, just let us know your name. We may stop you and ask you for your address in case we don't know it. Tell us your topic and have at it. Who's first? Ron.
Clay Bruner, down on Day Road. My question concerned a couple of the recent short meetings, and similarly, the two top new business issues of tonight. In the last couple of months, I've talked to a number of school board members from different districts, not this district per se, and their school board meetings are completely different than this. There is more open communications. What do you read in the newspaper? Well, they're not getting the open communications. So this someone is mostly the superintendent, not always. Gives a summary of some of the things that's happened in the last month, some of the things that's going to happen. I've not been to every meeting here lately. How did the new building addition to this work out? Was it reported on openly? There was a lot of discussion about it before it was built. So we hear about the abnormally high attorney fees. What's going on? I mean, some issues I know can't be talked about, but what are some of the issues? Are we being sued because we didn't have some other place? We talked about bleachers one time. Did that work out? So there's a big lack of communications that often are discussed. The two business items tonight, is that just for discussion? Is this for open or closed discussion? Is it going to be voted on tonight? To my knowledge, nobody really knew about this until Friday, the general public. Maybe that's something that should have been mentioned last month's meeting, which was short. I need a motion to approve the minutes as written. So my question really is, can we have increased communications?
Who's next? Anybody? Anybody? Everybody feel like they've had opportunity? You guys comfortable with moving on? You guys comfortable with that? All right, let's move on then. All right, I'd like to return to one thing. Mr. Bruner, this will be my chance to talk to you. I have to tell you, I got to be real honest with you. I'm so tired of being told that we're not open about our meetings. I'm just frankly sick to death of it. Just because the newspaper doesn't write what goes on at these meetings, or if you don't read the paper, or if you just happen to go to the same coffee shop every day and you don't hear about what goes on, doesn't mean it goes on. Now, I will tell you, in stark contrast to the way the business is done in other public entities within our city limits, we do our business right here. We discuss it right here. Now, if you weren't here, I can't tell you what you missed. I don't own that newspaper, wouldn't own that newspaper. If I did own that newspaper, it would be a whole lot different, I promise you that. Because it would be a whole lot about kids and a whole lot less about people complaining about us not doing the business in front of these people out here. Now, if you want to get riled up about something, get riled up about building a jail for that many $1 million right here in this town. Get riled up about that. Get riled up about that pavilion out there. where we don't get any tax money from it because the city says they don't own it, but they do own it if you look on paper. But they don't own it if you look at the paper that financed the bonds. You know what I'm saying? We've got $8.5 million of our money that should have come our way. And I'm not talking about whether or not it should have been dispersed in the tips. I'm talking about money that should have been declared surplus and come back to this district. And if y'all are tired that we're spending money on that legal part, I'm sorry you're tired of it. I'm tired of the city taking our money.
Amen.
Because that money belongs to these kids. Now, I will tell you that a kid does not have to, by law, go to college. But a kid does have to, by law, be in these schools right here. And frankly, if you're a parent, your kids don't go to school, you can go to jail. So I'm tired of being told we don't do our business out here. If you don't know about that building next door, that building's open every day. If you want to go look at that building, you go look at it. But don't blame me that you don't know anything about it. All right? I'm just tired of being told we don't do this business out here because we do this business here every month. Okay? Now, I realize that maybe you don't know about the communications or maybe you want somebody to call you personally. But the fact that you don't know it doesn't make it our fault. I don't know what you're looking for from us, but I'm sorry, sir, I don't have it. Because it doesn't come from any public entity I know. Because our job is to educate kids, not make sure you know what we're doing. Okay? Now, you may not agree with that, and frankly, I don't care. Because I'm just going to know, you shall not. I will promise you, you shall not speak in this meeting right now. I'm just going to tell you, I'm tired of you telling me that. You understand me?
I understand.
All right. Now, you may be a friend of my father's, but you're not a friend of mine. Now, you get out of this room, but don't you talk on that microphone right now. You understand me? This is our meeting, not your meeting. It's everybody's meeting. Do you understand it? It's everybody's meeting. And we're doing our best to make sure you people know about it. And if you don't know it, that's not my fault. Now, I would entertain a motion to adjourn right now.